Okay, infant CPR, and I don't have a mannequin, so I have my stuffed animal to assist me with it. In infant CPR, you're gonna first check for responsiveness, tap them and shout. Tap them just enough so you're moving them, shout to try to get them to wake up if they're unconscious. You're gonna shout for help and make sure you're loud and clear. Tell someone, if there's someone nearby, shout and say, somebody call 911, or just shout for help and make sure you're loud so other people can hear you and they know to get help. And you were gonna check for breathing, and in order to do that, you just look at the chest rise and fall. Make sure they're breathing properly. And if there's no one to help and they're not conscious, you're gonna give your CPR, your infant CPR. And to do that, you use 2 fingers, and you are gonna use just below the nipple line, 1.5 inches deep, 30 compressions with 2 breaths. And so you're gonna do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. And you're gonna have a barrier device. Make sure it's over the nose and mouth. And you're gonna breathe just enough into that barrier device so their chest rises and falls. But make sure that you let the chest completely recoil. So once you do that, then you go back to doing 30 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. You're going to have 2 more breaths into that device, making sure their chest rises and falls. Then you're going to do it again. And then you're going to do another set of compressions. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. 2 breaths. Chest rises and falls. Another breath. Chest rises and falls. Okay, and then once you've completed the 5 sets of compressions, 30 compressions and 2 breaths, then you're gonna call 911. You should tell somebody that you need to leave to call 911. And as soon as you do that, come back and continue your compressions until you're exhausted or until EMS arrives. Or if there's someone else with you, let them take over and do it. And that consists of the infant CPR. And for now, you're going to do your child compressions. It's very similar to the infants, but you're going to use your palm this time since they're a little bigger. And you're going to use the heel of your palm this time. And you're going to you have your person right here. Make sure they're on a flat surface. This is a bad area. So it's going to be below the breast line. And you're going to have your palm here. You're going to interlock your hands. It's a little mixed up, but you're going to make sure you check for responsiveness. You're gonna, and by doing that, you're gonna tap and shout again. Make sure you're loud and clear. Shake them. Say, hey, are you okay? And you're gonna shout for help. Call 911. Check for breathing. Make sure you see that rise and fall of the chest. There's no AD nearby, so you're gonna try to find someone to get an AD available. Are you going to continue giving your CPR? So for the compressions, once again, like I've stated, you're going to use the heel of your palm just below the breast line. Place it there. Tilt. Interlock your hands, and you're going to do your 30 compressions, 2 breaths. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. Have your barrier device. There are 2 breaths. Make sure that chest rises and falls. Do it again. Rises and falls. And so you're gonna do it again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. 2 more breaths. Chest rises and falls. Chest rises and falls, making sure that their chest completely recoils. And then, if they're still not breathing, you're going to do it again. Heel of the palm, below the breastbone. Interlock. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. Barrier device, 2 breaths, making sure you tilt the head back just enough, not too far, but to open the airway. Chest rises and falls. Another breath. Chest rises and falls. EMS has arrived and they're taking over. So you can stop giving compressions. And you're good to go on that one. So, for adult CPR, I've showed you at least what to do on the mannequin, and for the child and adult are very similar. For the assessment, you're always going to make sure you check responsiveness. You're going to tap and shout, meaning you're going to say, hey, are you okay? Make sure you speak loud and clear. Shake them a little bit to try to wake them up, and you're going to check their pulse, and by doing that, you can either check right here. Most people do it right there, and you can feel a pulse. If not, then you know you're going to have to do your CPR. You're going to check the breathing, the rise and fall of the chest. You're going to shout for help. If there's someone nearby, Always assess your scene to make sure it's safe to approach the person. There's no cars, there's no fires, so there's no electrical hazards, anything that might put your life at risk, because you wouldn't be any help risking your life to save someone else's if there's danger. And so you're gonna, if the scene is safe, you can approach them, check their responsiveness, check their breathing, check their pulse. You're gonna shout for help, and you are going to call 911, get EMS activated. You're gonna send for an AED. And so we have our barrier device, and for the adult compressions it's 30-1. You're gonna place your hand on the lower half of the sternum, and I will demonstrate that again. Okay, lower half of your palm, just below the breastbone, same as the child. Interlock your hands, and you're gonna do 30 compressions with 2 breaths, and your compressions are at least 2 inches deep, just like the child. Infants are different. You don't go as deep because they're a little bit more delicate. And you do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. Barrier device, make sure it's over the nose and mouth. 2 breaths. Chest rises and falls. Make sure it recoils. Second breath. Okay, chest rises and falls. Let their chest completely recoil before you start your next cycle of compressions and breaths. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. Okay, 2 breaths. Chest rises and falls. Second breath. Chest rises and falls. Okay, so you have someone with you. They came back with the AED. You're going to follow what the AED says. So you're going to attach. First, you're going to power on your AED. You are going to take out the pads for that. You're going to place one pad on the upper right side of the chest and the other on the lower chest. You're going to clear your patient. Make sure you don't touch them. Let the AD analyze the rhythm. And then you're going to make sure nobody's around, give the clear, and you're going to deliver the shock. Once the shock has been delivered, you are going to continue compressions. And when you're doing the AD, somebody will continue to do the compressions while you use the AED before you deliver the shock. And so after you do all that, you're going to resume your compressions. Palm just below the sternum or breastbone. Interlock your hands. 30-2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. 2 breaths, making sure the head is tilted back just enough. Breathe. Make sure the chest rises and falls. You don't want to do it too much because then you're going to get air into the stomach and that's not good. 2nd breath. And then you see them breathe, or you see the chest rise and fall. And if you have to continue doing compressions, continue doing compressions until help arrives. You can do 5 cycles of compressions and breaths in 2 minutes. It's best to do 100 beats per minute. And then for adults and children, you always do your compressions at least 2 inches in. And for an infant, it is 1.5 inches. But you always want to make sure your surroundings are safe. You call for help immediately if you can. And only stop if the person is awake or breathing, help has arrived, or you're physically too tired to continue. And that's your CPR.